Hey guys, I'm Nema with MVL Leasing. I hope you're enjoying the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Today we're going to do something different with this video. We're going to do a dealership walkthrough. I'm just going to highlight a couple of pieces of inventory that I think are really cool. We'll start over here. Porsche Taycan, Porsche's electric offering. Now this one is a Porsche Taycan Sport Turismo, so it's kind of got that hatchback kind of look in the back. Makes it a little bit more usable because it's not a very big car. This one's a GTS. It's probably third from the top in the pecking order of these cars. As far as electric cars go, if you want one that has a bit of soul and not so stale like a Tesla, that would be the one to get, okay? This one's nice. Now, I'm selling this car for a client. This is a 2009 Ferrari 599. The color is Grigio Silverstone on a Koyo interior. Now, this car is a 6-liter V12, naturally aspirated, shares a lot of that engine with the Enzo. In fact, the Enzo is based off of this, but obviously tuned to a much higher level. But the one interesting thing about this particular car is that despite the fact that it came from the factory with an F1 paddle-operated transmission, the owner did a 6-speed manual conversion. So if this car was from the factory and it had a manual conversion, I'm gonna guess it's probably worth about $750,000. A lot of cars you can get for that amount of money. But if you take a look at the conversion, it was actually done quite well. Using shift rods, it has a nice gated shift just like it did from the factory. You almost wouldn't know unless I told it to you or unless you're a real aficionado. But I don't know about you guys, but having 12 cylinders in my hand is a pretty good feeling. Well, let's look at this car here. This car's got a cool history. So the name of the brand is called Ineos, and the name of the car, or the name of the truck, is called Grenadier. Right by looking at this, you're like, that looks like a Defender. That's not by mistake. So, quick backstory. The owner of this company approached Land Rover and wanted to make a modern day Defender, like those old boxy ones that you guys remember seeing, like those classic Defenders. Land Rover told him to take a hike, and he said, fine, I'll do it myself. So he went and designed the car himself. They're built in France. The engine is provided by BMW. It's a detuned 3-liter 6-cylinder inline turbo, detuned to about 282 horse. It's got an 8-speed BMW transmission, lockable diffs, lockable transfer case. The thing can wade in water, especially this one because it's got this snorkel here, so you could probably wade in water about this deep. It has that iconic Defender look. The Land Rover actually tried to sue this guy after he built the car, and he lost in court. So I like that story because it's kind of like when Enzo Ferrari told Ferruccio Lamborghini to take a hike. What did he say? He said, I'm gonna go do it myself. And now look. Really, really neat car. We're gonna get some shots of the inside. It's a very utilitarian car. It drives how it looks. So don't expect a Bentley ride in this, but it gives you that rugged look and that rugged feel, and it's capable of doing all the fun stuff outdoors. We did a review on this 23 Audi R8. Last hurrah when it comes to the V10. V10s are dead. So if you want to still get a V10 that's as new as possible, you don't want to break the bank, that'd be the car right there. This car just sold. And I think this car is going to be interesting. It's going to be a future relic, okay? Now this is a Jaguar F-Type R Coupe. F-Type is a small two-door car that they have. If it's a Type R, that means it's got a supercharged 5-liter V8. Something similar that you would get in like a Range Rover Sport, Autobiography. A really snarly engine, lots of torque, lots of power, and you take that engine, you stuff it in something this small, this thing boogies, okay? The reason why I think this car is going to be significant is because Jaguar has completely walked away from the things that made them popular. Sexy looking cars with even sexier sounding engines. They've completely abandoned that, and I think that was a huge mistake. And if you guys have been following Jaguar and their most recent ad campaigns, you're going to see how this company is in big, big trouble. For that reason, cars like this and anything that it has a heightened performance like the Rs and the SVRs and stuff like that in the future, I think are going to be worth a fortune, especially if they stick with this trajectory that they've been doing with the company, because they've completely rebranded it, and not in a good way, I think. I think a lot of people, I'm not alone on that one. Okay, actually this car is really nice too. Over here we have a 2021 Nissan GT-R R35. This car was introduced in 2008 or 2009. So this car has been around for quite a long time, but you know what? It may not look the nicest, but it'll embarrass any of these supercars that we've reviewed, okay? A Tesla all-wheel drive system. It's an all-wheel drive system that Nissan has that's specific to this car. The engine is built in a hermetically sealed lab, it seems, according to the videos I've seen when it comes to the production. This car was and still is a really big deal. 3.5 liter, 3.7 liter twin turbo V6 with 565 horsepower. This car is an absolute rocket and lives up to the GT-R nameplate because that's kind of what they're known for. We did a review on a G-Wagon. One thing that's cool about this one over here is that this is a fully electric G-Wagon. So these ones are really cool just because they don't have a gas engine. I think it's really neat that they were able to design a chassis for the new G-Wagon, but when you design a chassis that's going to be both full electric and gas, it needs to be designed as such. So the fact that this this body style G-Wagon came out in 18 as a 19 model shows you how long in advance they had planned to make the car fully electric. It's really cool. Not sure if it lived up to the popularity that Mercedes had thought, but it's still a really neat car, known for the infamous G-turn. So it's best to do on gravel or somewhere where you have lower traction, but you press a button and each wheel that opposes the one another spin in the opposite direction. The car literally spins on an axis. It's a really neat trick. Plug it into YouTube, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is our 2025 Targa 4 GTS. We did a review on this one as well, and we did it just earlier today. Really nice car, only because it represents the refresh or the life cycle improvement for the 992 generation of 911. A lot of new tech in there, including a lot of hybrid tech, and I do a really good job of explaining how Porsche has really weaponized that technology to make this car more potent. Really fun to drive and very futuristic. Lizard Green 2019 GT3 RS. We did a review on this one as well. Probably one of my favorite cars to drive. I've never been in a car that's this calculated and so precise. They did an amazing job with this car. Every time Porsche makes a car like this, I always think, how are they going to top this? And they always find a way to do it. And if I was to put this next to a current GT3 RS, your mind will be blown with regard to all the things that they changed and all the elements that this have that they've heightened and turned up to 11. We did a review on a 23 F8 Spyder. That one was in Grigio Silverstone, same color as that 599 I just showed you. I got two twin sisters almost. This is a 23 F8 Spyder, and so is that one. That one's got a black interior with black wheels. This one has gunmetal wheels with a traditional tan interior and the Daytona seats. Both really nice cars. Last V8 Ferrari mid-engine car. I would take these over a 296 any day of the week. Any day of the week. Very well designed and very well equipped. This particular one is one that we've had in inventory before. It's got the full camera system, the full lift kit. The interior is not only a Daytona interior, but it's a two-tone with Alcantara and leather, red stitch. But my favorite part about this car, it's a little thing, but I think it kind of helps it stand out, is that the steering wheel has dry carbon and it's got the tricolor, Italian flag at the 12 o'clock portion of the steering wheel. I thought that was a really nice touch. I showed you guys this during our last Cars and Coffee. This is a 2025 Cullinan. You wouldn't know unless I pointed it out, but the tail light or the headlights have changed. You get new rim options, but it still has that traditional boxy look. If you ask me, these things are ugly as sin, but they do represent something, and that represents having FU money. So best car for that. Speaking of FU, look at this purple Cullinan. Now this is a wrap. I'm sure if you really wanted to, you can get the car made in this color, but this is a black badge Cullinan, and we're probably going to be pulling this wrap off anyways. But with the black badge Cullinan, you get modified exhaust, you get no chrome on it, or at least not as much as you would on a regular Cullinan. And you got that nice carbon Spirit of Ecstasy. That's the one that I was telling you that takes almost 2 days to make. That's a really nice touch too. Ooh, we did a review on that Sport Classic, right? That car sold pretty quick. I think we sold that car for about almost 600,000. We might be getting another one in, and that's this one right here. It's not in the same sport gray color as the one that we reviewed, but almost everything else is almost the same. You got those classic Fuchs wheels, you got the carbon ceramic brakes, you got the stripes that go down the middle. Most importantly, the spoiler and the manual transmission. One thing I had told you in that video is that this is probably the most powerful manual 911 you can get, and I still think it still holds that title today. One thing that's different about me reviewing these cars is that I can actually get you some of the cars that we're reviewing. And it's not only because I have them in stock, it's because I've been in the business for 13 years. The company MVL has been around for over 40 years specializing in high-end and exotic cars like this. So if there's anything that you want, don't hesitate to shoot me an email, or even start a conversation, maybe find you that car you've always been waiting for. It doesn't always necessarily have to be something I have in stock. If I don't have it, I can get it. So don't be shy to ask. Don't forget to like and subscribe.